हेलो दोस्तों, मैं हूं अमित त्यागी लेकर हाजिर हूं टीवी, वेब, फिल्में और म्यूजिक का हर अपडेट। और आज मेरे साथ जुड़ गए हैं कि ऐसे फिल्म मेकर जिनका मैं तो बहुत बड़ा फैन रहा हूं। देश को उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी अच्छी फिल्में दी हैं। मेरे साथ हैं रईस राम गोपाल वर्मा, जो अब कुछ नया ट्राई कर रहे हैं। ओटीटी की दुनिया में उतर चुके हैं, अपना नया ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म, नई फिल्म और कुछ नया लेकर। सो आरजीवी, वेलकम टू माय शो।
Yeah, hi, Amit. Hi.
So ये बताएं आरजीवी, I heard OTT is the in thing right now, and you've always been ahead of time. And I heard you've started a OTT platform. You're launching your first film on the OTT platform. So tell us something about it.
Yeah. See, I think the fundamental difference I feel in OTT is somewhere. I think the direct connect when you're addressing a large group of people together to make a film for them to experience versus a one-to-one when you're addressing. I think there is a kind of a shift in how you feel the experience. And me being a genre filmmaker, I like hardcore, dramatic, gangster or horror, those kind of cinema. I feel the platform of the OTT is the most suitable for that. And second thing is like something coming to B Company because it is a biopic of the most dreaded organization ever in Indian history. And to tell the story of that, you can't do it in a feature film. You can't do it in a 2 hour or a limited length of the film. So I thought to tell the story, which is like the Mahabharata, almost like it is a Mahabharata of Underworld, D Company. So I choose this platform, and that's what's releasing on May 15th.
Okay. So I heard you're singing also. One talent we have discovered that you're singing also in the web series. So is
I
that true?
don't know. Yeah, yes, I'm singing, but I don't know if it's a talent, though. I mean, till people hear it, I don't know about that.
Yes. So I remember when you started off in Shiva, people, Hindi cinema were like shocked to see a different kind of filmmaking. And later on, you're just the kind of cinema you gave eventually in the almost 20 years career was like path breaking from Rangila to Satya to Scorn to you defined a lot of genres in Indian cinema. And somewhere somebody was telling me that what you see in OTT is what Ramu did like some 10 years back. So I think it's a compliment that what we see in the name of new cinema nowadays on digital, you had attempted some 10, 15 years back. So how do you look at that compliment that you've
Yeah,
been?
actually, this goes back to my first answer to you because movies are very expressionist. When you're trying to make something, there are two ways you can make a film. Either you can make it what excites you on a personal level very much, or the second is to copy something which has been hugely successful recently, because that makes the maker feel that that is what the audience want to see. You know, so when you're making a very personal thing, what you feel want to tell, that I think it will change the making style, it will make it very genre specific. It'll also kind of reflect you as a person to an extent in the film, in the characters, in the way you're trying to tell the story. So that's what I've been doing all the time. And that kind of a cinema definitely I think has a much more chance of reaching in the OTT compared to a theater.
So, talking about the gangster drama from Godfather to Diwar, our cinema has been obsessed with this whole gangster thing, and you have made it interpreted in various forms earlier as well. So, now in the web series, I heard you've done a lot of research, but also along with that, I want to know what is this fascination with gangster drama on the cellulite that, people in all, from Hollywood to Bollywood to everybody is attempting this gangster, and especially you are very fascinated with this gangster genre.
See, I would like to believe it's about the extreme. It's not so much of gangster as a word. I would like to believe the story of extreme people
Yeah.
or caught in extreme situations. Now, there is just normal people who go about their lives, and in some circumstances, some people take up, issue and crime. I would like to say it's a legal word. It is because you do something which is not supposed to be done, to be jailed. But the reasons which cause the crime is what which fascinates me, and the mindset of the people in that, and the psychological aspects of it. To study that is something I was always interested even in my teens. Probably I started off with like street gundas, then I grew up to the underworld and whatever it is. In especially coming to B Company, the the fact that we heard of that name so much, Dawood Ibrahim and all that, but we never really know about him. But what exactly? How did this street gang actually become an international crime syndicate? That was fascinating to me. So the very word company, how was that actually formed? Because at what point of time the word started being used with regard to Dawood Ibrahim's organization? So I happened to meet some people who were incredibly knowledgeable about that whole thing, because actually were part of the D gang in Dongri in 1980. So my sources were insiders and some cops who worked at that time. So I've been doing this research on this for a very, very long time, and this is the result of that.
Okay. So you have made some gangsters films in the past, which you think has been your best interpretation of this edgy story that we just discussed, from Satya to
Yeah.
so many you had made, but which you think have been really had, like, you feel it's your best?
I mean, between Satya and Company, I would like to think it's Satya. Because Company, when I see it again, I don't like it because the reason primarily being, see, any filmmaker, the material he has in hand is which he makes the film. The material is directly either he could have thought of or he got it from somewhere. Now, the amount of material I have, especially in relationship to parts of Company, which are made in 2002, I have far more material than that, which is what why I'm making B Company. So in comparison to what I know about the underworld today, I think it's a very juvenile film, Company.
Okay. So along with this gangster genre, another genre you had really worked was supernatural. I think what you started with Bhoot, now, especially in OTT, this is the most watched genre after crime and thrillers. So supernatural. Then there were some rom-coms like Rangila and Must. I think it was a Nach also. Like some out of the box concept you had given to the cinema. But besides this gangster themes, which other genres do you think you would like to experiment again on the OTT platform?
Yeah, see, I'm making quite a few of them actually. I mean, in fact, I'm working on a film called Tablet.
Yeah.
It's basically like everyone is scared of old age and death, and I envisioned a time when a miracle drug comes out where it actually can stop aging and death. So it sounds like a huge boon to mankind, but it can be a curse, because if no one dies, then what happens to the newborn? And who decides at what time to take this tablet? So likewise, the social fantasy or science fiction thrillers, and I'm trying to, experiment in a lot of genres, and I also want to produce a lot of films with young filmmakers with concepts which are very out of the box.
Lastly, my question is now with the OTT phenomena. Earlier, when you started off with Telugu films, now I think this OTT has brought Indian cinema into one platform. Now people can watch a Telugu, Tamil, any film. They have kind of one platform. They have kind of democratized the industry. Earlier, there were too much of segregation. So, do you think it's a welcome change that Indian cinema finally is called as Indian cinema? Now there's no distinction that you're a Telugu filmmaker, Hindi filmmaker, because nowadays it's just one. People can watch anytime, anywhere.
But I would like to think it's world, not even India, because a person in Bombay can watch a Telugu film or a Tamil film. He also can watch a Korean film. He can also watch a Spanish made column. For example, Narcos. I think I would call it the whole world can watch the whole world. That's what the OTT managed to do. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, RGV. Always a pleasure to talk to you. I've been a big fan of your cinema always, and I look forward to your OTT venture Spark and some more path-defying cinema and stories very soon on your digital platform. All the best.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.